Look how big this thing is. Now, I am 6 feet tall. Even if I reach up, I come nowhere near approaching the top of this base. It was about 2 in the morning, and you can see just how dark it is inches off of the interstate. Police say they left their car here. This is that very car sitting in the parking lot. He says it was contained inside this, just an ordinary looking Bic pen. Said it was marijuana, but it wasn't pot. It was oregano, just like this is. What that feels like on your skin is just a burning, painful sensation. It is absolutely horrible to be outside right now. This comes from a roof from a nearby business. You can see the nails sticking out of this large piece of lumber. Now I'm gonna step out of the picture here and you can take a live look and you can see how badly damaged that police cruiser is behind me. An adult bed bug actually has the same shape, size, even weight as an apple seed. You can see how large some of these things are. There are more officers arriving every second. Again, the bicycle officers have now left. They were the first line of defense as these protesters moved down the street for about a mile from Marshall Park. But now those bicycle officers have moved, and these officers carrying the billy clubs are now standing shoulder to shoulder. They appear to be at least 3 deep. Hang on, the protesters are moving again. I think, Holly, this is now a good time to send it back to you. As you can see, they are moving. We're going to move right along with them, and then when they stop again, I'll call in and hopefully we can get another live report to you. For now, in Uptown Charlotte, Jeff Smith, Channel 9 Eyewitness News. Well, Erica, South Charlotte police have been running a joint operation with probation and parole officers nearly every month this year to keep tabs on dangerous felons. Officers tell me some of those men violate their parole just days after getting out of jail.
We'll go to Village Brook.
Officer Adam DeGeorge was doing a probation checkup on Kenneth Douglas, a man who's been arrested dozens of times, currently on probation for drug trafficking charges.
It's really invaluable. I mean, we'll go out here just to talk to people, and we'll end up finding drugs, guns.
As soon as we pulled into his neighborhood, some of Douglas's friends tried to drive away.
Go ahead and step out of the car real quick.
And some made a run for it.
What's the problem? Behind your back. Okay. Chance behind your back.
Police say they caught Douglas with 5 other people using and possibly selling crack cocaine, heroin, and marijuana.
Do you use crack?
Do I use crack? Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Officers say because of this probation check, they stumbled into a drug den that's been a blight for the community.
I'm going to tell you this. We're going to be at this house over and over and over again.
Police also found out this motorcycle was recently reported stolen. Parole officers have teamed up with CMPD almost every month this year.
Definitely beneficial for the community every time we come out here.
Many felons out on parole don't have curfews, and parole officers have to visit the same homes several times during these checks. But the message is clear.
This is reminding them of the fact that they are still on probation and that they're still being watched.
Now, police just obtained a search warrant to thoroughly search that home in South Charlotte for drugs and guns. Now, during that package that just aired, I actually got a text from one of the officers on scene. He told me that so far they've already found $20,000 in cash and counting, and also large quantities of cocaine. They're still at that house. Now, several people right now are being detained by police, but so far no one has been placed under arrest just yet. We will let you know how many people are arrested once this joint operation is concluded later tonight. We're live at police headquarters. Jeff Smith, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
This vote was the vote that was heard around the world.
The vote that Becky Carney is talking about is the one that legalized fracking, the process of pumping millions of gallons of a water-chemical mixture into underground rocks to release natural gas. Carney's voted against fracking bills in the past, but earlier this month, she made a mistake during the 10-second voting window on another bill.
A mistake can happen. It happens all the time.
She pressed the green button and accidentally voted for fracking.
I still get a little emotional thinking about it. I'm a person of my word, and all I could think about were all those people that I had told one thing and then accidentally did another, and there was no way to take it back.
Carney wasn't permitted to change her vote because it was the deciding vote. Speaker of the House Tom Tillis says that's been the rule for decades.
There are a lot of people who could rationalize they want to change their vote afterwards. What they need to do is pay attention, vote right the first time.
Lawmakers are normally allowed to change their votes. Representatives changed votes more than 150 times already this year, often waiting a full day before doing it.
You've asked to have your vote changed 10 times. That's the most in the Mecklenburg County delegation. What message does that send to your constituents?
Well, those were all different circumstances. I was trying to get to my desk most of the time before the 10 seconds was up.
Tillis says because of our investigation into vote changing, he plans on pushing for a rule change when the legislature reconvenes in January.
Give them twice the amount of time, maybe 20 seconds, but once that vote is cast and once the machine is locked, we move on. If we do that, then we'll probably not allow any votes to be changed after the votes are cast.
But it's too late to fix the fracking mistake. The Sierra Club says fracking will contaminate water sources and release massive levels of methane into the environment.
People's faucets had caught on fire when they turned the water on and somebody had a match lit by it. It's a huge problem.
A Department of Natural Resources study says the state needs to tightly regulate the industry and mandate full disclosure of the chemicals used during fracking. Carney is still haunted by her vote, but says she's trying to find a silver lining in the mistake.
Everybody is now more cognizant of your vote before you hit that button.
Jeff Smith, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Our whole focus in this organization is reducing collisions and saving lives.
Darren Conrad says troopers believe they're seeing an increase in fatigued truck drivers this year. And this month, they're cracking down in Charlotte, stopping random tractor trailers and looking at their medical cards and logbooks to make sure they're not overworked.
We're doing a big crackdown on ill and fatigued drivers out here.
Troopers don't know exactly how many truckers are fatigued, but I researched Highway Patrol statistics for Mecklenburg County. From January 1st through May 1st of 2011, there were 2 fatal crashes involving a big rig and 94 wrecks that caused significant property damage. This year, the same number of fatalities, but the number of crashes has spiked 8%.
We're looking at it really, really hard. It's a very, very serious concern.
Like me.
Trucker Mike Huffstedt says in a slow economy, drivers want to work as much as possible, but federal law limits them to 10 hours of driving a day.
If you've got 10 hours of running, and you get out here and you're not but an hour from home, are you going to pull off?
But with crashes on the rise,
I just want to check your medical card and your logbook.
Troopers say they'll be stepping up enforcement around the county. In Charlotte, Jeff Smith, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.